Have you ever realized how force yourself to take action can break the cycle of inaction and bring your goals to life? The hardest part of any journey is always the first step, yet that is where everything begins. It's in taking action that dreams transform from mere thoughts into tangible outcomes. Whether it's starting that business, writing that book, or taking up a new skill, taking action is the catalyst for progress. The act of starting is perhaps the most underestimated yet transformative step in any journey toward success. It is in the beginning that dreams transcend their fragile state of imagination and start evolving into tangible actions. Imagine someone standing at the foot of a mountain they've always dreamed of climbing. They could spend hours planning their route, visualizing the summit and preparing for every possible scenario. But until they take that first step upward, the mountain remains unconquered and the dream unrealized. Taking the first step is where everything begins. It sets the stage for transformation and growth. When you decide to take that first step, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, you declare to the universe your readiness to commit to growth. That initial step is the force that disrupts the inertia of inaction. Take the example of an artist who has been staring at a blank canvas for weeks, hesitating to begin because they fear their first brushstroke might be imperfect. Yet, the moment they place the first streak of paint on the canvas, they break the cycle of doubt and set the creative process in motion. Suddenly, the overwhelming emptiness of the canvas transforms into possibility, and the momentum to keep going follows naturally. Starting breaks the inertia of inaction and creates a ripple effect that leads to meaningful changes. One of the reasons starting is so transformative lies in its ability to shift ideas from the abstract to the concrete. Concepts, no matter how brilliant, remain unrealized until they are acted upon. Think of someone who dreams of launching a business but feels intimidated by the complexity of entrepreneurship. The act of taking the smallest step, such as drafting a simple business plan or reaching out to a mentor, transforms the dream into something actionable. Each subsequent step becomes clearer and more manageable, and what once felt overwhelming begins to feel achievable. In this way, starting becomes the bridge between possibility and probability. Starting also builds confidence. When you take that first action, you prove to yourself that you are capable of doing something. Consider a runner preparing for their first marathon. The thought of running 26.2 miles may feel daunting, but their journey begins the day they lace up their shoes and run their first mile. With every stride, they build confidence in their ability to keep moving forward. This self-belief grows exponentially, serving as a source of motivation and courage when challenges arise. By starting, you not only take a step toward your goal, but also affirm your ability to achieve it. It's important to recognize that starting doesn't have to be grand or perfect. The first step may be messy, awkward, or far from ideal, and that's okay. What matters is that it happens. A musician learning to play an instrument, for instance, doesn't begin by performing a flawless symphony. They start by learning basic notes, struggling through mistakes, and gradually improving with practice. Through this process, they discover that the power of starting lies not in immediate mastery, but in the willingness to begin and improve over time. Perfection is not a requirement for progress. Action is. Starting also ignites momentum, a force that keeps you moving forward even when the path becomes challenging. Once the wheels of action begin turning, it becomes easier to maintain motion than to stop. Imagine pushing a heavy car that has stalled on a hill. The hardest part is getting it to move initially, but once it begins rolling, your effort becomes more effective. The same principle applies to personal and professional endeavors. Each small action builds on the one before, creating a chain reaction that propels you toward your goals. Moreover, the act of starting can clarify your direction. Many people hesitate to begin because they don't have all the answers or a detailed roadmap. However, starting opens the door to discovery. An aspiring writer, for example, may not have a fully formed plot for their novel, but by writing a single scene, they uncover new ideas and directions that shape the story. The process of trial and error that follows is invaluable. It reveals what works, what doesn't, and what adjustments are needed to stay on course. In this way, starting is not just an act of doing, but an act of learning and refining. The courage to start often involves confronting fears head on. It is in these moments of uncertainty that true strength emerges. Imagine a public speaker standing backstage. With every word, they begin to ease their trembling hands and shaky voice, transforming nervous energy into confidence as the audience responds with nods of engagement and applause. The act of starting is a declaration of bravery, a willingness to step into the unknown and trust that the journey is worth it. Starting inspires passion and enthusiasm. The excitement of pursuing something new can carry you through the initial stages of your journey and help you navigate early obstacles. Think of a gardener planting their first seeds. The simple act of placing seeds into the soil sparks anticipation and joy as they imagine the blooms to come. This initial burst of enthusiasm sustains their efforts as they water, nurture, and care for the plants, even when progress seems slow. In conclusion, the power of starting is undeniable. It transforms ideas into actions, builds confidence, generates momentum, and clarifies direction. It is an act of courage and a statement of intent, signaling to yourself and others that you are ready to grow and achieve. No matter how small the first step may be, its impact is profound. It is the spark that sets everything into motion, turning dreams into reality and paving the way for success. Procrastination is a universal challenge, a silent thief of time that undermines potential and creates a cycle of regret. It is an issue that transcends boundaries of profession, age, and personality. Despite its prevalence, many people fail to recognize it for what it truly is, a form of self-sabotage. At its core, procrastination stems from various sources, including fear of failure, perfectionism, lack of motivation, and feelings of being overwhelmed. To address this pervasive problem, it is vital to confront its root causes and employ practical strategies to move forward. The fear of failure is one of the most common drivers of procrastination. People hesitate to take action because they are afraid of falling short or facing criticism. This fear can be paralyzing, making even small tasks seem insurmountable. Consider a student assigned a significant research project. Instead of starting, they spend hours worrying about how their work might be judged or if it will meet the expected standards. Yet, this delay only increases the pressure as the deadline approaches. Overcoming this fear requires a shift in mindset. Failure should not be seen as a definitive endpoint, but rather as a stepping stone toward improvement. Every setback offers an opportunity to learn, refine skills, and grow. By acknowledging that no great achievement comes without its share of challenges, individuals can begin to take action despite their apprehensions. Perfectionism is another significant contributor to procrastination. The belief that every task must be executed flawlessly can lead to paralysis by analysis. People get so caught up in planning, researching, and ensuring every detail is perfect that they never actually start. For instance, imagine a writer with a brilliant idea for a novel. They might spend months crafting the perfect outline, researching minute details, and agonizing over how to write the first sentence. In their pursuit of perfection, they miss the essence of progress, taking imperfect action. The key to overcoming perfectionism is to embrace the idea that progress, not perfection, is what truly matters. A first draft, no matter how flawed, can always be revised and improved, but a blank page offers nothing to build upon. Lack of motivation is another barrier that fuels procrastination. Tasks that seem dull, difficult, or unimportant are easy to push aside, especially when there is no immediate gratification. A classic example is someone putting off exercise. They might tell themselves they will start tomorrow when they feel more inspired or energetic. However, waiting for motivation is a trap. Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Taking even the smallest step, like putting on workout clothes and doing a few stretches, can spark the motivation to continue. This momentum builds over time, transforming what once felt like a chore into a habit. Feelings of overwhelm also play a significant role in procrastination. When faced with a large or complex task, people often don't know where to begin. This uncertainty leads to avoidance, with the task looming larger and more daunting with each passing day. Imagine an entrepreneur planning to launch a new business. The sheer number of steps involved: researching the market, developing a product, creating a marketing plan, can feel paralyzing. To overcome this, breaking the task into smaller, more manageable steps is essential. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the goal, they can start with one action, such as drafting a mission statement or conducting a single customer survey. Each completed step reduces the overall sense of overwhelm and brings them closer to their goal. Creating a sense of urgency is another effective strategy for combating procrastination. Deadlines, whether self-imposed or external, can serve as powerful motivators. Without a sense of urgency, it's easy to let tasks drift indefinitely. For example, consider an artist working on a commissioned piece. If they have no clear deadline, they might procrastinate, telling themselves they'll get to it eventually. However, by setting a firm deadline and holding themselves accountable to it, they create the necessary pressure to take action. This urgency compels them to focus, prioritize, and move forward. Accountability is a critical tool in the fight against procrastination. When individuals commit to their goals in a way that makes them answerable to others, they are far more likely to follow through. Picture a fitness enthusiast who struggles to stick to their workout routine. By joining a group fitness class or hiring a personal trainer, they introduce a layer of accountability that encourages consistency. Knowing that someone else is tracking their progress adds a sense of responsibility and can be a powerful motivator. Changing the environment can also help overcome procrastination. Distractions and clutter in one's surroundings can make it difficult to focus and take action. Imagine a student attempting to study in a room filled with noise and tempting distractions like a television or smartphone. By creating a dedicated, organized workspace and eliminating distractions, they set themselves up for success. A structured environment fosters productivity and minimizes the temptation to procrastinate. Overcoming procrastination requires a mindset shift. It's essential to recognize procrastination as a learned behavior that can be changed. Instead of viewing it as a character flaw, approach it with curiosity and compassion. Reflect on the underlying causes, whether it's fear, perfectionism, or overwhelm, and address them systematically. Replace negative self-talk with encouraging thoughts and celebrate even small victories. Progress is a process, not an overnight transformation. By taking intentional steps to address procrastination, individuals can break free from its grip and unlock their full potential. Every small action taken, no matter how trivial it may seem, chips away at the barriers of doubt and inaction. The journey to overcoming procrastination begins with a single decision to start, to act, and to move forward, even in the face of uncertainty. Growth is not found within the familiar or the easy. It lies just beyond the boundaries of what is comfortable, in the spaces where uncertainty and challenge reside. Embracing discomfort is a mindset, a conscious decision to step into the unknown and push past the limits of what feels safe. Discomfort is not an obstacle. It is an opportunity. It forces us to confront our fears, stretch our abilities, and unlock potential that would otherwise remain dormant. True transformation begins when we allow ourselves to feel uneasy and still move forward. Consider the example of someone learning to swim for the first time. The fear of water, the unfamiliar sensation of being submerged, and the effort required to coordinate movements can feel overwhelming. Yet, with each attempt, they begin to build confidence. The initial discomfort is replaced by a growing sense of mastery and freedom. They discover not only the skill of swimming, but also the courage to face other fears. This is the essence of discomfort. It challenges us to grow in ways we never thought possible. Discomfort is a signal that we are venturing into new and uncharted territory. It is a natural response when we step outside our comfort zones and attempt something unfamiliar. Imagine an entrepreneur launching their first business. The risks, the uncertainty of success, and the pressure to perform can create immense discomfort. However, by embracing these challenges, they learn to adapt, solve problems creatively, and build resilience. Over time, what once felt daunting becomes manageable, and their comfort zone expands to include skills and experiences they previously lacked. One of the most profound aspects of discomfort is its ability to confront our fears. Fear is often at the root of discomfort, whether it is the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. A public speaker, for instance, might feel their heart race and their palms sweat as they prepare to address an audience. The temptation to retreat into the safety of silence can be strong, but by stepping onto the stage and delivering their speech, they confront their fear head on. With every word spoken, the fear diminishes, replaced by a sense of accomplishment and empowerment. Resilience is another vital outcome of embracing discomfort. Life is filled with challenges, and the ability to navigate these difficulties is what defines personal and professional growth. Think of a marathon runner training for their first race. The long hours of practice, the physical exhaustion, and the mental hurdles of pushing through pain are all uncomfortable experiences. Yet, with each mile completed, their resilience grows. They become stronger, not just physically, but mentally, gaining the fortitude to tackle future challenges with confidence. Discomfort also plays a crucial role in expanding our comfort zones. Each time we step into an unfamiliar situation, we stretch the boundaries of what we consider normal or manageable. A young professional accepting a promotion may feel unprepared for the responsibilities that come with their new role. The initial discomfort of navigating uncharted waters forces them to develop new skills, seek guidance, and grow into their potential. Over time, the task that once felt overwhelming becomes second nature, and their expanded comfort zone allows them to take on even greater challenges. The lessons we learn through discomfort are invaluable. They reveal our limitations and highlight areas where we can improve. A musician learning a new instrument, for example, might struggle with hitting the right notes or mastering complex rhythms. These moments of frustration and discomfort push them to practice more, refine their technique, and eventually achieve the level of skill they desire. Discomfort forces us to adapt, problem solve, and innovate, making it a powerful teacher in the journey of growth. Letting go of the need for control is another important aspect of embracing discomfort. Many of life's most meaningful experiences come from situations where outcomes are uncertain or beyond our control. A traveler exploring a foreign country might feel anxious about navigating an unfamiliar culture or language. Yet, by embracing the unpredictability of the experience, they open themselves up to discovery, connection, and personal transformation. Discomfort teaches us to trust the process, to be present in the moment, and to embrace the unexpected with an open mind. Failure often accompanies discomfort, but it is in failure that some of the greatest lessons are learned. An athlete attempting a new skill may fall repeatedly, but each fall provides feedback on what needs to be adjusted. Over time, these failures lead to success. By reframing failure as a natural part of the learning process, we can view discomfort as a necessary step toward mastery. Embracing the possibility of failure allows us to take risks and pursue opportunities that might otherwise seem out of reach. Confidence is built not by avoiding discomfort, but by confronting it. Each time we face a challenge and push through it, we prove to ourselves that we are capable. A student presenting a thesis in front of a panel of experts might feel a wave of self-doubt, questioning their preparedness or ability. However, as they present their ideas and respond to feedback, they gain confidence in their knowledge and resilience. This self-assurance grows with each experience, creating a foundation of inner strength that supports future endeavors. Discomfort also fosters creativity and innovation. When we are too comfortable, we rely on familiar patterns and routines, limiting our ability to think outside the box. A designer working on a project under tight deadlines might feel the pressure of discomfort, but use it as fuel to generate fresh ideas and solutions. The stress of the situation pushes them to explore new approaches they might not have considered otherwise. Discomfort forces us to think critically, adapt, and innovate, driving progress and creativity. Embracing discomfort is an act of taking ownership of our growth. It requires us to step into the driver's seat of our lives and actively seek out opportunities for challenge and change. A young professional deciding to return to school for further education might feel the discomfort of balancing work, studies, and personal commitments. Yet they understand that this temporary discomfort is an investment in their future. By embracing the challenge, they take control of their development and pave the way for long-term success. In conclusion, embracing discomfort is not about seeking out pain or hardship for its own sake. It is about recognizing that growth and achievement come from facing challenges and pushing beyond our limits. Discomfort is a sign that we are on the path to transformation, that we are moving forward rather than staying stagnant. Discomfort is a signal that we are stepping outside our comfort zone and pushing the boundaries of what we know. By leaning into discomfort, we build resilience, confidence, and the courage to pursue our aspirations. It is through this process that we discover our true potential and create a life rich with meaning and purpose. Accountability and commitment are the cornerstones of success, forming a framework that ensures consistency and progress. Accountability creates responsibility, a structure that keeps us focused on our goals and reminds us of the promises we make to ourselves and others. Commitment, on the other hand, is the internal drive that fuels persistence and discipline, enabling us to overcome obstacles and remain steadfast in the pursuit of long-term success. Together, they form an inseparable partnership that empowers individuals to take control of their lives and achieve meaningful transformation. Accountability is about creating a system of checks and balances to ensure we follow through on our intentions. Imagine a student preparing for an important exam. They might feel tempted to procrastinate, believing there's still plenty of time to study. However, by forming a study group or committing to regular progress updates with a tutor, they introduce an element of external accountability. Knowing that others are tracking their progress motivates them to stay on track. Accountability encourages honesty, not only with others, but also with oneself, fostering self-awareness and an understanding of where we are succeeding and where we are falling short. Personal accountability begins with self-awareness and discipline. It requires us to set clear goals, establish actionable plans, and regularly assess our progress. Take the example of an entrepreneur starting a new business. By committing to weekly evaluations of their financial goals, customer engagement, and product development, they ensure that their actions align with their vision. These self-checks serve as moments of reflection, allowing them to identify what works, what doesn't, and what adjustments are necessary. Accountability is not about perfection, but about maintaining alignment with one's purpose. External accountability amplifies this process by introducing social expectations. When we involve others in our journey, whether through mentorship, collaboration, or shared goals, we create a sense of responsibility that goes beyond ourselves. Imagine an aspiring writer struggling to complete their first novel. By joining a writing group where members share weekly updates, they feel motivated to meet deadlines, encouraged by the collective momentum of the group. Accountability in this context not only fosters progress, but also builds a sense of community and shared purpose, making the journey less isolating and more rewarding. Commitment is the companion to accountability, providing the emotional and mental strength required to persevere. It is a deep dedication to our goals, a promise to ourselves that we will keep moving forward no matter the challenges. Consider an athlete training for an international competition. The grueling workouts, strict diets, and mental focus required are driven by their commitment to excellence. This commitment is not fleeting. It persists through setbacks and injuries, through days of doubt and discouragement. It is the unwavering belief that the pursuit is worth the effort, even when the rewards are not immediate. True commitment requires consistent action. It's not enough to set a goal. We must take intentional steps every day to move closer to it. A musician aspiring to master a new instrument doesn't achieve proficiency by practicing sporadically. They commit to a daily routine, even on days when motivation is low. This discipline, fueled by their commitment, creates a habit of progress. Over time, the small, consistent actions compound, leading to significant achievements. Accountability and commitment also require a long-term vision. It's easy to lose focus when faced with short-term challenges or distractions. Imagine a researcher working on a groundbreaking scientific project. The complexity of the work, combined with the slow pace of discovery, can be discouraging. However, their commitment to the greater goal of contributing to human knowledge keeps them focused. Accountability helps them stay on track with deadlines and deliverables, while their deep commitment ensures they remain motivated despite the hurdles. Together, accountability and commitment create a powerful synergy. Accountability provides the structure, ensuring that we remain consistent and focused, while commitment supplies the emotional drive to sustain effort over time. Imagine a team of mountain climbers preparing for a challenging expedition. Each member is accountable to the group, ensuring they train adequately, bring the necessary supplies, and support one another during the climb. Their collective commitment to reaching the summit binds them together, giving them the resilience to push through exhaustion and adversity. The journey towards success is often long and uncertain. Accountability and commitment act as guiding principles, helping us navigate challenges and stay true to our goals. Accountability reminds us that we are responsible for our actions, while commitment ensures we have the determination to see things through. Together, they transform aspirations into achievements, enabling us to build a life defined by purpose and fulfillment. Accountability and commitment are essential pillars that support meaningful progress and sustained success. Accountability instills a sense of responsibility, ensuring that we remain answerable for our actions and align with our goals. Commitment, in contrast, is the inner resolve to persevere through challenges and stay focused on long-term objectives. Together, these qualities create a foundation that allows us to achieve our aspirations even in the face of adversity. Accountability begins with the practice of taking ownership of one's actions. Imagine a manager tasked with leading a new project. To ensure its success, they might create a timeline of milestones and regularly report progress to their team. By making their actions visible and measurable, they create an environment of transparency and accountability. This process not only helps the manager stay organized, but also motivates the team to contribute effectively, knowing their efforts are part of a shared goal. In personal contexts, accountability often involves setting clear goals and regularly evaluating progress. Take the example of someone committed to improving their physical health. By tracking their exercise routine, maintaining a food journal, and periodically reviewing their results, they hold themselves accountable for their choices. This self-monitoring fosters a sense of control and empowerment, as they can see the direct relationship between their actions and outcomes. Accountability is not about perfection, it's about progress and learning from mistakes. External accountability adds another layer of responsibility. When we involve others in our goals, whether through partnerships, mentorship, or peer support, we increase the likelihood of follow-through. Consider a student working on their thesis. By scheduling regular meetings with their advisor to review progress, they create an external system of accountability that keeps them focused. The knowledge that someone else is invested in their success provides an additional layer of motivation and discipline. Commitment complements accountability by providing the emotional strength to persist. It is the deep dedication to a goal that fuels consistent effort, even when circumstances are challenging. Picture a young entrepreneur launching a startup. The uncertainty, long hours, and constant problem solving require a level of commitment that goes beyond enthusiasm. It demands a belief in the vision and the determination to see it through, even when progress feels slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. Commitment is sustained through consistent action. A painter seeking to complete a series of works doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. They show up at the studio daily, refining their craft and pushing through creative blocks. This consistency, driven by commitment, builds momentum and ensures that progress continues even during moments of doubt or fatigue. Over time, this persistence transforms effort into mastery. Both accountability and commitment require a balance of short-term focus and long-term vision. A marathon runner training for their first race may focus on completing daily workouts while keeping their eyes on the larger goal of crossing the finish line. Accountability ensures they stick to their training schedule, while commitment provides the mental strength to push through pain and exhaustion. Together, these qualities create a powerful combination that drives success. The relationship between accountability and commitment is one of mutual reinforcement. Accountability provides the structure to maintain focus, while commitment supplies the passion and determination to sustain effort. A musician preparing for a concert, for example, relies on accountability to meet rehearsal schedules and deliverables, while their commitment to their art ensures they bring energy and creativity to every performance. Success requires a blend of responsibility and dedication. Accountability helps us measure progress and stay aligned with our goals, while commitment ensures we persevere through challenges and remain faithful to our purpose. Together, these qualities create a path to achievement, enabling us to turn our ambitions into reality and build a life defined by growth and fulfillment. Taking action is the bridge between what could be and what is. It is the moment when potential transforms into reality, where dreams cease to be abstract ideas and become something tangible. The journey toward growth and success is paved with challenges, discomfort, and moments of doubt. Yet the decision to act, no matter how small or imperfect, is what makes progress possible. The power of action lies in its ability to create momentum. And once that momentum is set in motion, the path ahead begins to unfold. This narrative reinforces the importance of embracing discomfort as a necessary part of the growth process. Discomfort signals that you are stepping into uncharted territory, pushing boundaries, and expanding your potential. Rather than shying away from the unease of trying something new or confronting fears, it encourages you to see these moments as opportunities for transformation. Growth is rarely found in the safety of your comfort zone. It is discovered when you are willing to face the unknown and take risks. The story reminds us that discomfort, while challenging, is temporary, and the rewards of perseverance far outweigh the initial struggle. Equally important is the role of accountability and commitment. These pillars serve as anchors in times of uncertainty, providing the structure and discipline needed to stay on track. Accountability ensures that you remain honest with yourself and others, holding you responsible for your progress. Commitment fuels the emotional and mental strength required to persist, even when the journey becomes difficult. Together, they empower you to move forward with clarity and purpose, ensuring that your actions align with your aspirations. Ultimately, the story delivers a motivational call to action to take ownership of your life. Break free from the cycle of procrastination and move boldly toward your goals. Procrastination, often fueled by fear or the pursuit of perfection, keeps us trapped in inaction. Yet, as the story emphasizes, perfection is not a prerequisite for progress. The simple act of starting imperfectly, courageously, has the power to shift everything. By choosing action over hesitation, you open the door to possibility, growth, and achievement. The conclusion underscores a powerful truth. Transformation begins with a single step. It is not about having everything figured out from the start, but about committing to the process, learning along the way, and staying resilient through setbacks. The path to success is not linear or guaranteed, but it is always within reach for those who are willing to act. By embracing discomfort, remaining accountable, and committing fully to your vision, you cultivate the strength and determination needed to shape your future. As the story comes to an end, it leaves readers with a resonant reminder. The power of starting is transformative. It opens the door to new possibilities and sets the course for your future. Taking the first step moves you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. The time to start is now. Take the first step, no matter how small, and trust that each subsequent step will lead you closer to your goals. Action is the catalyst for change, and through it, you unlock your true potential.